No, usually the way it'll happen is someone will call us up or we'll make a connection with someone
Okay.
outside and they'll say, hey, we want a building. What do you guys think you can do for these needs? I have these needs. And usually as an office, we'll sit down and talk about it. And if the form or the shape of it or the direction it's going is someone's particular forte. Hi, I'm Joe. That person might take the lead on part of it. But what's nice about our office, we're kind of diverse. So we have a person who's very good at like site planning on a large level, large building planning. So if it's that kind of project, we'll probably start there. But we try to involve everybody. We try to keep it as a studio where it's like, what do you think? Or propose something for this part of the building and we'll all talk about it. And the one that the client likes, we'll go with it. So it's not one particular person. Like I don't do just the tenant improvements. We'll do anything. So it keeps it nice and open. The other offices are different. Like you might go to an office and it's like, okay, these guys in this cubicle, they do all the restrooms. Whoever wants to go for it. Like that particular project, it started off as something completely different than that, and as we evolved with the client and the city hated something or liked something, it changed into that thing. So it shifted to different people in the office with different technology. So you gotta be flexible. If you would have just done that one thing they hated, you would have been toast, it would have been over. So you gotta be really flexible, super flexible. So it's not. I was going to give you guys the whole experience and call a client and get them to freak out and then cool them off for you. And clients are, the best designers just found the best clients. That's all it is, because there's a lot of really good designers that just don't get a good client, so nothing gets built. But if you find good clients, you get making something kind of fun. You get an auto shop that's completely different than a normal auto shop. That's rewarding, isn't it? And this one here, this is an auto repair shop. It's not your typical auto repair shop. Usually you see those big block wall buildings with the doors that fling open, you drive your car in, whatever. The client here he's what we consider a really good client. He appreciates architecture and what it can do. So the front part of the building is actually translucent, so you can see inside. And you can see the office spaces, but the shop part itself is still a real strong, concrete or block wall building, because we're protecting your car as we work on it. But the office is translucent, so it saves energy to light it. It's a lot of natural light, and it the owner's kind of revealing himself. He's like, I'm not hiding anything. You can see all my operations, and the building should be pretty fun to build.
It's not a jail.
It's not a jail cell. It's not none of that stuff. So this project even has its own personality. Like we have this little tiny project that fell behind here. Smallest project ever. It's taken more energy out of all of us to get it done because the client is so difficult. But we have huge projects like that. It's a piece of cake. It's like the developer's experience, the concrete guy's experience. Yeah, we can work it out, no problem. So it depends. Each one has its own personality. It's very strange. But I wanted to design something out of glass, all glass, so maybe turn into a chair or whatever, a piece of art. Every once in a while this funny object will land in the city as like rogue art, and it's usually an architect or an artist who just built something and said, there it is.
Like those cows.
Like those little sheep things?
Yeah.
That was a frustrated artist. It's like, what, you're going to see my stuff whether you like it or not. I'm going to put them all over the city and we're going to sell them. That's the one thing, is if you have the room to breathe and it's like, I want to try painting or montage or something, usually it'll find its way into architecture somewhere. It's pretty interesting. I started out as an engineer, and that didn't fit my personality at the end. It's like, okay, I could probably do this for another 40 years and retire and be happy. But the brain was like, this isn't enough. It's not a challenge. The right side of the brain was turned off. It's like, I want to turn that back on. So I went into architecture, and sure enough, turned that back on a little bit. Then everyone's a little different. Everyone has their own kind of personality. But for me, look, it's real easy. Come in, coffee. Then it's emails to see who's the most frustrated, and then fix their problem quickly, and then move on. But what's great is there is no typical day. That's the best part. You don't have a typical day. Like today, I completely forgot you guys are coming in, and I made a commitment to do something else with a client, so I had to scramble and call. But that's no big deal. But there isn't one. And if you feel that you're stuck in a typical day, if you're at the right firm, it's the key. You can change it. You say, look, I'm going to flop things around here and start doing the drawings at the end of the day or whatever. So it's not as structured as you think. There's no time clock.
That's good.
It's usually, before you know it, you raise your head up, you look at the clock, and it's 9 p.m. But you get so involved and happy with what you're doing in your work, you don't really worry about too much time. Other days, you have a deadline. We're worst at deadlines ever. We're always late. Most architects wait till the last minute to do the printing, so we're late.
Oh, it's my story.
So did
So if you guys are probably familiar with being late on stuff, so you're gonna fit right in. But it's usually rush at the end. So, but that's fine.
So like, usually where do you work?
We will work anywhere if you're gonna pay our fee.
Looks very nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading on. But no, we usually try to have the money and time to do it. Just about everything. We use a lot of different tools. So we use, as far as digitally, we use anything from AutoCAD to Rhino to any 3D model we get our hands on, SketchUp. You know, so a lot of it's free. You can download it and start playing around with it. But as you guys move on through your education, you'll start finding what tools are best for you to express what you're trying to get out there as a designer, and you'll get really good at it. You know, so you don't have to like learn these 3 pieces of software here. You would think it would be
Like, I have no idea what you're doing, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, checking the different
It's like,
level
well, I
of the
drew it the
building
same,
to
but
make
the
sure all of the
concrete's
shafts and the
not
stairs
that.
are mine.
And it's like,
Or on top
there's
of each
bamboo
other.
around it,
Sure.
and what's going on? But the
here
effect
in
was the
this,
same right out of it.
the,
Interesting. That's really kind of fascinating part about it. Please,
and
that
I
way,
will start
there's 2 reasons.
drawing.
1, the design is going to work. And 2,
Around
that
the
if they aren't
edge.
doing what they said they were going to do, they can point to the drawing and say, hey, we approved you doing this, but you're not doing it. Please do it. So it keeps them in check. So we got that going for us. This one over here is your basic tilt-up concrete building you see on the side of the freeway. You know, you see the big rectangles that are kind of boring. But here we used a piece of software to develop a skin to put on the surface of it to make it a little more interesting. And what's cool about it is when you drive past it on the freeway, when you drive past it in one direction, the skin moves a certain way as you drive by. But when you drive another direction,